Well, I've finally succumbed to it. I'm photographing trees in the mist. I thought I was going to go and take some nice mountain photography, but I thought it'll just take too long for me to get above this misty scenes, and I'm afraid the northern lakes is not very inspiring in the mist. Well, I should say there's not any strong features which would come out well. So I've zipped over to the other side of the M6 to the edge of the Eden Valley, and I'm just taking a picture of this tree over here. So where the plane goes by, well, I hope you can see that. That's the tree there. The forest behind it's just becoming apparent now. So I'm shooting at f11 at 80th at the base ISO of 100, and I was going to shoot a vertical portrait, but I don't think... oh, it's all gone now. What was it? Yeah, I was going to shoot a vertical portrait shot of this, but I don't think it will come off. Well, maybe if I'll try one anyhow. I'll try and zoom in a bit closer, and I'll have a lot of negative space at the top of the frame. Well, because there was so little colour information on this file, I decided to dispense with it altogether and go full black and white. I tried out the LUMINAR's black and white style, or whatever, presets, and a bit of fiddling about with the whites and the blacks and the contrast and a bit of vignetting. Look what came out. Well, I hope you can see the tree over there. Oh, it's thickened up again. I'm finding it very hard to focus on the tree because the contrast is so low, and I'm about at 200 mil. So also I've got a, can't find my infrared release, so the it's bounced around a bit. So I'll try on 10 seconds, but sometimes the light changes between that, so I'm trying to gently squeeze the shutter so to set off the camera without creating a lot of vibration, you see. And also doing it on live view as well, so you don't get the mirror slap. And as you see, it's fading in and out the tree. So just a question of picking the moment. Yeah, we'll see what happens in here. I've got to wait for it to clear a bit now and get a bit more contrasty shot. You also get a bit more of the foreground in as well. Well, I used Luminar 3's landscape AI treatment, a few little tweaks, pumped up the hue and saturation a little bit, and because there was the mist had thinned at this point, there's a bit more colour information, I just decided to exaggerate what was already there. So I hope you like this nice little tree on the hill with the two curving hills, the contrast of the dead grass and the bracken and the, well, more lighter greener grass in the background. And I think what I'll do is I'll have a walk up the road and see if I can angle the sun behind it, so it's a direct silhouette as well. Yeah, you can see the sun there. Well, it's not as big as I can see it. Well, no, other way around. It's smaller, not as burnt out. So I can just get that tree behind it. Oop, there's a car coming. I'm a bit worried about, I'm on the edge of a bad corner here, so if the road's a bit slippy, if they do come off, they're going to hit me. Well, I'm getting a bit nervous here on this corner, and just as arrived, it clouded in. Well, the fog's thickened up again, so I don't think it's as good as pleasing as shape as the other one because of the background, because it just, the hill sort of flattens out. It doesn't look as curved as it did from the other position. So I'll just take a one shot here. No, it's only 10 seconds, and yeah, I don't think a vertical format would work on this one. So I've taken that, and it's a bit duller. Oh, right, I'll have to. That's all right. Yeah, I had to jack up the exposure a bit more. I've accidentally stopped down the lens, or opened up the lens instead of increasing the exposure time. Oh, that'll do. I'm uninspired by this one, but I'll continue on my search for new and more interesting and vibrant compositions.
Some time later.
I'm hoping you can see the fog here coming in, getting inversion. Hope it sweeps into this valley and sort of like I can highlight these trees in the foreground, and hopefully as the sun sets we might get an increasing contrast and you'll be able to see the fells of the Lake District a bit more clearly than they are. You know, that's what I'm hoping for. Let's see what we get. Usual thing, focus on the tree, put it on live view, f11. I'm usually overexposing by about one stop because of the fog, because it's very lighter scene than normal, and I'll have to maybe bracket or take a separate exposure for the sky to retain some of the sky detail. There's high cloud there, but hopefully that might attenuate the sun's brightness. Well, we'll see what happens, or if not, I might try and exclude the sun altogether. Well, we'll see what happens on that. Yeah, the sun, not the sun, I mean the fog is coming in quite slowly, you see. Whether they'll get here or not, we don't know. Well, the fog seems to be coming in from this side, that side there. But it may turn into low cloud. I'm hoping it doesn't get up here, you see, otherwise it'll completely ruin the shot. But it seems to be getting a lot more hazier down in the field here. So I don't know what we're going to get. Hopefully as it cools down, wherever that's it might sink a bit further lower. But over to the north there, it's rolling and it's getting quite thicker, because there was a little hill on the horizon which was just clear of it, and that seems to be covered now, so it is rising a bit. So we'll just see what happens. It's also getting rather chilly.
And while we're waiting for this fog to come in, here's a word from our sponsors. It's me! I've sponsored myself. Please like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. Tell your friends and family. View these on other people's computers and devices. So I can, well, live the dream, sometimes nightmare, of being a landscape photographer. Oh, it's getting cold now. Well, I might be a bit pessimistic, but I don't think this is gonna turn out how I want. But I'll stick it to the bitter end, and sometimes it is bitter. At least one thing, there's no wind noise for you to contend with. Oh, the fog's rising up and it's obscuring the Lake District over there. You can see. Oh, never happy. Never goes how you want.
Well, what can I say? LUMINAR 3 surpassed itself on this one. It came out with a very believable looking sunset. So I thought I'll just put this in. This would have taken a few hours of work in Photoshop to get the same effect. I'm quite happy with this one. Excellent. Thumbs up to LUMINAR.
Well, hopefully I got something there. That shoot several exposures for the sky because the difference in light levels is so high with the sun. So I did one at about 2 stops overexposed from the base exposure, and one at 3 stops overexposed from the base exposure. So the mist is rolling in. I think it's getting a bit higher and thicker, so I've lost all the interesting details and I've lost the view over to the Lake District. You can just about see Blencathra sticking out of the mist, but the clouds moving in as well as the sun's going down and as well as the mist is rolling in. So I think that might be that for this composition.